My name's Ann Jackson, and I'm the author of Mad Church Disease. In July 2007, I wanted to get a temperature of what the church staff culture was like, and not just staff, but volunteers and their family too. So I launched a website, madchurchdisease.com. Within just a couple days, I had over 1,000 responses, and I'd like to share some of those with you. Over the last 8 years in ministry, I've emotionally burned out. A couple years ago, I was even suicidal. There's quite a bit of guilt involved in a pastor's decision to give until it hurts. You don't want to let people down, but you feel like if you stop, people will suffer. I am worn down, burnt out, and pushed for more. I'm struggling to find purpose and identity. I've gone from a very confident leader to a lost soul. Those are just several of the thousands and thousands of responses I've gotten over the last few months. Church leaders are hurting, and I know I was one of them once. Now, I grew up in the home of a pastor, so I've seen both sides of the church, the good, the bad, the ugly, the politics, the stress, and the burnout. Just 2 years into my own ministry, when I was just 25 years old, I ended up in the hospital. Stress had burned me out. My insides were inflamed, my organs were affected, and they had no idea what was causing it. They just decided it was stress. So I was there for a week. I realized it wasn't just affecting me physically, that inside spiritually, I'd burnt out. Someone on staff with me at the time asked me if working in the church interfered with my communion with God. And that answer was yes. It was a profound revelation in my own life, and I knew that I needed to do something about it. After some reflection, I realized I probably wasn't the only one going through this kind of pain, going through these emotions, sorting through what it meant to be whole as a Christian and serving on a church staff and being healthy. It's a difficult topic to talk about, and I felt like I was completely alone. So Mad Church Disease is just about that. Now, you're probably wondering, where does the name Mad Church Disease come from? Well, I'm a little bit addicted to the BBC channel. I was watching a documentary about mad cow disease. Somehow in my mind I made the relation between mad cow disease and the burnout that's happening in today's church culture. It can go unnoticed for a time. A lot of times we stuff that. We really do feel like we're alone. We feel like we can't talk to anyone, that we're somehow less spiritual or less committed to God or doing things for God. We're afraid to say that we're hurting. We're afraid that we're alone, but we're not. God intends for us to have an abundant life. He intends for us to be complete and functioning only in the strength of the Holy Spirit. If we, as the church, only operate in our own strength, we're just going to be spinning our wheels. Mad Church Disease will inspire the church to live the abundant life that God's intended for us. How else can we bring hope if we're hopeless, or heal if we're broken? We can't. And the death and destruction that this disease and this epidemic is bringing the church, it has to be stopped. We must bring it into the light so that God can truly show His love through us.